Vincenzo'S Go Crypto Investing this September the 3rd, 2025 on a gorgeous, glowing, crystal clear blue sky on this early fall day just north of downtown Detroit, inside the Vincenzo compound in the great state of Michigan, right? Yes, what do we have from old weatherman temperature J guy over here? The temperature is a gorgeous 73 degrees. Well, thank you for that. And we ask you, along with him, to bell notification, comment down below, like the channel, and share to push us through that YouTube algorithm so that way more people can get this vital, time-sensitive, and important information that we and only us can provide. The truth, trust, education, and information you need to become what I've been doing and why I made this channel for you, how to become an asset millionaire. And it's as cheap and as easy as $3.99 a month to help support the channel that it starts at. Video description and or pinned comment. And we use gold and silver bullion and mining stocks, as gold is at an all-time high of $35.65. It is now over our $3,500 target by $65. And now our next target is $5,000 by the end of 2027. Silver is only $9 away from our $50 target, and both of those targets were made in April of 2020. And gold has made gold is up $2,000 an ounce since I made that call, and silver is up about $26 an ounce. B2 gold is well into the $4 now. Kinross gold, we made a $32 all-time high tying call 4 years ago, when the price was at $2.80. It's now just shy of $22, up 2% on the day. First Majestic Silver is almost at $10 again. It'll end up at least its all-time high within the next 24 months, and we made that call. Again, all these calls were made in 2020. The price of this was down at like $4. First Majestic, or Fortuna Silver, is almost at its all-time high, and we made a $15 call when it was at $2.88. It's now just below $8. Pan America Silver has went from $15 when we made a $100 call, but the initial was getting to $50. It's sitting at $34. Rivian is on the move today. You know, I think it'll be at $50 or $75 in a few years. Barrick Gold is on its way to the $50 initial target, which we made that when it was at $16.50. And Hecla Mining is on its way to our first target at 10. And I think next year, by the end of the year, it'll be at 15. But these are some of the reasons, and the most important reasons, because these are real assets that have real money. They generate real income, real yields, real returns on what they're producing. And I think this is the most important thing. I'm not a financial advisor at all, but I think you should have been. Some of you, I know, my Jabroni Killer members, a few have messaged me through the years when you purchase B2 Gold or Kinross Gold or First Majestic or Fortuna or some gold ETF or silver ETF, right? So congratulations, and I hope you're enjoying your rewards that you're receiving right now by holding. But as we go to what most people care about here is the Bitcoin price, and you can see the Bitcoin price today is sitting at, and big news for Rivian, they just got $5.8 billion, all of it from Volkswagen. Volkswagen now is a 50% partner. You can see the Bitcoin price is still sitting just below the major 3.5-year pattern support and resistance, sitting there at the uptrending right there, what we've been talking about. When we put our 3 patterns yesterday, the bullish would be in blue, the middle ground or just stagnating sideways in yellow, or the market changing of the structure of the market, bearish action, which would have severe consequences in the cryptocurrency sphere, in red. And you can see right now we're still slowly but surely trying to get up near, in the daily time frame, the 50-day moving average, which is sitting, we're going to get rid of this conglomerate of mess now because you guys know what I'm talking about, sitting there at 113,000 and slowly trending to the downside, right? Slowly, ever so slightly trending to the downside. But the shorter term moving average will start to uptrend if the price stays elevated. But right now you're running into where it's getting squeezed. Look how tight it is, and it's getting tighter by the day, tighter by the minute, tighter by the second. The 50-day and the 100-day running closer and closer, and then the add in to extra added fire to squeeze it is the 3.5-year uptrending support that is acting as, actually it's resistance now because it's below it, and that's going to act as squeeze it, and that's what we got to watch out for is, can we get back above this purple uptrending rising channel and over the 50-day moving average, and then start to trade up and then get back short-term bullish? Or is this a classic hook nose bearish reversal where we break out of it, have a forceful pump back into it to just get a harsh rejection, and before you know it, you're sitting on the 200-day moving average, having to re-question, reevaluate, and question your life choices on what's going on in the market, and is the 97,000 and 90,000 and a potential massive collapse out of this rising channel. And a targeted move out of the rising channel is near where the channel started. And you can see you had your first major resistance at 21,000 and your first group of major support at 17,000. And then you had your second hit to confirm it here at 27,000 at resistance. And then you had your second area of support at about $27,000 to confirm the pattern now. So that would be a technical targeted move on a breakdown where you should hit. That doesn't mean you're going down there, but you can see one track that has done a pretty good job there does show it, and that is the outliner to the downside. But we would have to really seriously start thinking about a $74,000 to potentially $58,000 if, and only if, and I have to stress that if cannot be emphasized enough, if we get a confirmation, a confirmed breakdown on a market structural change and a 3.5-year pattern breaking, right? And those are the things that have to happen to have a massive move the opposite way after several years of something happening. So that's what we're going to be paying attention very closely to. We don't want to skim over this. You can see Ethereum has attempted to bounce. Your bearish action brings you down to 34.83, the top part of this green trading zone, and the 100-day moving average, breaking the megaphone neckline support. If that happened, the bullish is you tag right about where you're at now, the megaphone neckline support, and then you bounce and breach the $5,000. Obviously, your technical target is 10,000 if you stay above this megaphone neckline support, right? So in the short term, that's what we're looking at there. If we look at the XLM price, you can see we bounced back up and we are still above this critical 36 cents, which is the top part of that trading zone, and the 100-day moving average is sitting right there at 36 and a third cent, and the green trading box is almost at 36 cents equal. If you can continue to stay above this 100-day moving average and these support and resistance boxes right here, you can attempt to come up to the 50-day descending moving average at 38 cents, right? So that's the area that we're watching at, and that would be where you have to decide if it does come up to there, can you break that and continue the momentum and push towards the 43 cents? Or would this be the classic hook nose bearish reversal where it drives you down and beats you down and actually gets you back down all the way down to the 31 cents, right? It could bring you and drive you all the way down to that 31 cents. Would be possible if you slip that 36 cents and confirm below this major support resistance green trading box, and then it would drive you initially to the 33 and then down to the 31, which is very close to the monthly moving average in the 50 down there at 29 cents horizontal and red, right? So we're at a critical time. Your short-term bullish to the upside is 38 cents. Your short-term major underneath support is 36 cents, that you're just above it right now. And if we round this video out, because I am on my lunch time and it is rapidly winding down, if we see the XRP price, you can see the forecast. We were trying to extrapolate the data out into the future in the daily time frame, and you can see the 50-day moving average is sitting at 292. The 100-day moving average is sitting at 277, and the price is almost up to that 50-day moving average, and that's why we drew these out 2 days ago, because it's starting to squeeze the price. And one way or another, this is either going to squeeze it down and it's going to break to the downside and come down to the 255 down here and the 200-day moving average into this conglomerate right here. That these both the 200-day is running into a major horizontal resistance, or it's going to squeeze this and it's going to let it break to the upside right here, and your next major move is all the way up at the 307, and that would be the critical area in the XRP in the short term that you must, I repeat, you must break above that in order to stay bullish. Let me reemphasize that. In order to stay bullish, as I'm trying to tell you this, you would have to get back above the 307, and then you could continue the ascent, continue the rise, and continue to try to knock down, beat down, and take out that $3.66 level, right? But we have to get above that 50 that is descending slightly still, and stay above that slightly uptrending 100-day moving average. But we're in a tightening, constricting, boa constricting type deal. So it's going to be very exciting over the next several days to week. Stick with old Vincenzo. Become a member of Jabroni Killers. At the very least, it's free. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification so you get all the latest breaking news from Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing, so you can become an asset millionaire. And it's very important that you follow the channel, like the channel, spread the message so you can get that truth, trust, and education and information. Only exclusively here. Very time sensitive, as markets are changing fast. They are manipulated, and things are going to get even crazier as the Federal Reserve lowers rates, more than likely for the first time, and ending the pause this month. And then they're going to have an all-out assault on the dollar next year, and that's going to be very important that you're prepared. Very important that you understand what's going on, and very important you own the right asset appreciating assets that go up in a dollar depreciating in an inflationary environment. Peace and love. The Rex Eyebrow, Jay.